Hello, fellow classmates. This is Tanya Iverson giving you my presentation for my curriculum audit on mathematics for the Little Rock School District. A brief overview of Little Rock School District is they are the largest school district in the state of Arkansas, have roughly 23,000 students and 3,800 employees. We have 5 high schools, 4 early childhood centers, 1 alternative school, and 1 accelerated learning center. The district is currently under state control, with roughly 65% of the student population being African American. This audit will focus on 9th through 12th grade mathematics. District policy is aligned to curriculum. District curriculum is aligned with the state standards. The district utilizes curriculum mapping and pacing guides for the curriculum. I conducted 2 site visits for this audit. I found there is a direct observation through direct observation of the standards being referred or referenced at one site versus no reference at the other site. I reviewed the pacing guide, state standards, conducted interviews with the director of mathematics, a math facilitator, as well as a teacher. The written curriculum is in place. However, there is no system to monitor the implementation of the curriculum effectively. Board policy states that the curriculum must be aligned and coherent with district goals. The curriculum is rigorous at some sites, but not at all and across the board. There are adequate resources, but they are not used consistently at all sites. And all 5 high schools have a math facilitator to assist teachers and students with improving student achievement. There are also available online resources for teachers to use with the curriculum, but again, it's not something that is required or consistent across the district. One thing that the 5 high schools, not necessarily all 5, the 3 of the 5 high schools utilize is collaboration as one way of teachers having a consistent look at the standards and planning their instruction. Collaboration is not consistent across the district with those 3 high schools that are labeled as priority for the district. The curriculum is not equitable, I found, with a high level of rigor. There's a low percentage of students, with all of those things in place, there's a low percentage of students scoring ready or exceeding on the state assessment. The Little Rock School District Mathematics Department is data rich. However, they're not utilizing the data to make improvements on student achievement. There's a disconnect with what is being taught and what is being assessed. By looking at the assessment scores for students at the 2 sites visit, less than 5% of the students at both schools are performing at the exceeding or ready mark for the state assessment. The state assessment only records data for 9th and 10th grade. So there's no correlation to the effectiveness of the curriculum when you look at the state assessment data, because it is not assessing the standards for the state. It is only utilizing or looking at the readiness skill, college and career readiness skills of students, because it is the ACT Aspire. One of the recommendations that I made for the school district is to create a systemic data plan to use data more effectively to improve instruction. In essence, coming up with a plan for the sites to use data and be able to use that data to improve the instruction at each school as well as for the district. There also needs to be a focused professional development. for the teachers. One, on looking at the standards and utilizing and referencing the standards within the classroom, as well as planning the instruction and assessments, and then looking at that data and reflecting on that data to determine the next steps for student achievement. Teachers are not consistent at it within those sites on utilizing their data for student achievement. Some of the data collected stated from one of the teachers. A lot of the teachers just do utilize it, not necessarily utilize it. They do it out of compliance, as opposed to utilizing the data to really see how students are performing on those standards. And lastly, the recommendation is to realign the curriculum to the state's test that's being done. The Little Rock School District uses the state of Arkansas math standards. However, the state uses the ACT Aspire to test readiness for students, and that is not aligned with the curriculum. So the district really has no system in place, effective system in place to determine if students are obtaining mastery on the state standards. So the suggestion is, again, to realign the curriculum with the state standards in some shape, form, or fashion. I really enjoyed conducting this curriculum audit. It was very enlightening for the district that I work with. And thanks.